Scott McTominay has admitted this week the Manchester United dressing room has been toxic at times. Although, in fairness, if you look at this morning's newspapers, it seems he's had a complete reversal of view, saying it's not toxic. However, he does insist the players are fully behind Erik ten Hag. He has said despite losing 3-0 to Bournemouth at Old Trafford last time out, the players are fighting for their manager.
The players' responsibility, first and foremost. Players know that as well. We've had many amazing players over the time, and I feel like now we're at a stage where we've got big characters in the dressing room where it's not just a case of like some of the other managers where it's been a little bit toxic at times. The boys are firmly behind the manager, and that's the be all and end all. I've said that in many other interviews, and that's the way it will remain to stay. We've got amazing coaching staff as well, so yeah, people can get lost in translation and get carried away with what the players think and what they say behind closed doors. We just want to do well for the football club, and that's as simple as that. The faith in the manager has been a massive one for me, and you want to repay that as much as you possibly can in terms of when you do get minutes on the pitch, and that's the life of football. You're going to have ups and downs in your career. It's not always sunshine and rainbows, and for me, I've always approached it that way with a clear mind and a clear head, where whenever I do get the opportunity, I want to take it and I want to show that I can do it, and I'm there to help the team as well.
Well, that was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing he said that hit home with me was players' responsibility. Love it. Right, that's great. So, nobody pointing any fingers. Seems to be, if you're Scott McTominay, him and the player are looking in the mirror, which is great, right? Because I think it's great because we spoke about it for ages, Jeff. You know, can't just keep changing managers. Manchester United have had some excellent managers since Alex Ferguson, I think, but for one reason or another, it hasn't worked out. You know, in that dressing room, he did mention the word toxic, but he was very, very keen to say that every one of the players is behind the manager, which you would expect him to say anyway. But hopefully, from United's point of view, it's true. So
yeah, he probably meant every one of the players apart from Jadon Sancho. But when you talk about players taking responsibility, do you feel that's one of the biggest issues at Old Trafford, that there's a lack of leadership?
Yes.
There are no Roy Keanes anymore. And people talk about Bruno Fernandes and his captaincy, you know, and Harry Maguire's had a go.
Yeah.
Maybe McTominay is the answer to the captaincy as well.
It might be, Jeff, but that is definitely. I look at the rivals across the city, for example, and they've got leaders. Whether it's Diaz, Kyle Walker, Rodri, there's three. Goalkeeper looks a bit of a leader as well. They've got leaders on their side, no doubt about it. I look at United, and I'm, you know, last few weeks Harry Maguire and Shaw and from the games I've seen, and I didn't see the Bournemouth game fully, saw highlights, but they don't have any real leaders in the shape of that what City have. Even Van Dijk at Liverpool, two centre backs at Arsenal have got a bit about them, Gabriel. So, you know, I think it has been lacking. I think it's a big thing for United to unite and try and lead by example. As McTominay answered, it could well be. I would never sit here and say no, he isn't, because I think we said yesterday. I just think he's key. He actually is key, and how times have changed. He's key to United going forward.
You see them getting anything from BeIN?
I could actually. I could. It will depend. I know Harry Kane's playing tonight. I know Harry Kane, like every game he plays in, will want to score, and I know they're playing BeIN after a going over, which isn't a good thing. It will depend really on the side that he picks to go. You know, but I just think the game is that vital to United. I can see them getting something. However, I'm not sure it'll be enough.
Okay. We'll talk about it a lot more during the course of the show.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.